Alright, everybody, so Shiryu and Burgess, of course, got revealed as the next Bounty Fest. They're dropping in a little less than a day, I believe. And this means to me, Blackbeard is probably coming. Of course, it's not 100% guarantee, but to me, like I said before, the second we see a Blackbeard pirate or the second we see Blackbeard, we're going to get one or the other right after. So Blackbeard pirates are starting to come to the game. If he's not the main EX for this anniversary, I would be extremely surprised. We always say Blackbeard's going to be the main EX, but this time for sure, he's got to be the EX, unless a OPBR is giving us the biggest troll ever. And they're like, oh, here, we're going to give you Blackbeard pirates and maybe some more Blackbeard pirates, but not Blackbeard. It would, yeah, people would be mad, but, April Fool's is close, maybe. So, I don't know. But yeah, I would assume he's main EX, which I believe the main EX for this anniversary comes out in July. Sometime end of July, maybe early August. July/early August, the main EX comes out. The next EX we'll get is around May 20th. I would assume maybe the reveal May 19th, May 20th, and then we'll get the actual character 21st/22nd of May, which is not too far away. So, I think Blackbeard will be the main EX, but, like we saw with Garp, he was probably the most hyped character to be coming to OPBR at the time. Other than Blackbeard, of course, but, they don't release him. But yeah, Garp was probably the most hyped, yet they made him the first EX instead of the main EX, which, to be fair, when I did do most wanted EXs, I did a poll for people to vote, and people did vote Sabo as their number one character they wanted the EX, so I guess Sabo was more popular, but that poll was a year ago or something. It was a long time ago, so I'm not sure if their opinions changed, but yeah, I was surprised, Sabo's cool. I'm not the biggest fan, I like him, but, he's not one of my favorite characters or anything. Yeah, I was kind of surprised, so yeah, Blackbeard V2, when he comes out, I don't know what they're gonna do, but he's gonna be the most broken character in existence. Type of character like V2 Roger. He's gonna be so broken you can't even have fun in the game, which is pretty much every anime, but by fun, of course, I mean playing whoever you want. Yeah, no, you gotta play meta or you're just screwed half the time. Meta meaning the main EX of the anniversary, like Sabo, Kuzan. But, yeah, it's always a loop. It's the same thing. EXs come out, their counters, Bounty Fest counters come out, new EXs come out, they're so broken, no Bounty Fest can stand up to them, and then the loop just repeats. But it's buffs are good, but they don't buff enough characters, in my opinion. I think what they should do is they should buff one character a month, which is not that crazy to ask. Instead of buffing 6, 7 characters at once, buff one character a month. And then during anniversary, maybe they can make that 2 per month. Or they could just release the EX buff character. 2, 1, whatever they do. I think would be this perfect. Because they're pretty much releasing the same amount of buffs. Either way. So the game would be less dead between anniversaries if they just buff one character a month. We got the new Bounty Fest for people to come back. New challenge battles. But, yeah, a lot of people do stick to the game even in the deader months, but a lot of people leave and don't play the game until next anniversary usually, which is 6 months between each. So, yeah, I don't know. They should buff one character a month. That would definitely make people who don't come back during the mid-months come back 100%. They just announced, buffed Ulti, come play her this month, and then next month buff Page 1 or something, and then during anniversary, like I said, buff Odin, buff Z, whoever they want. Of course, they don't need to buff multiple EXs during anniversaries. They could do 2 Bounty Fests, and then, the EX after. Usually buffs come after the main EX, so they would buff the main EX right after as, a buffed EX, which would probably be Odin. In my opinion, the game would be a lot better if they did that. Less dead. But, yeah, how are they gonna make Blackbeard? He's gonna be broken. Like I said, I don't know what they're gonna give him, but he's gonna be broken. I think he could. I don't think it's unrealistic to say he could be like Gear 5th, where he's every single type. I don't think that's impossible. They could make him dark and light element. You know, that wouldn't be too crazy to me. I mean, you would be effective against every type in the game, but, you know, to me that's not too crazy, making him 2 elements. I don't think that would be the big thing they do if they did it. He would have some, I don't know what he's going to have, but he's going to have some stupid, broken, new mechanic that we've never seen before. Whatever that might be. Maybe he could be the first character to nullify status effects. You know, the trait that says they can nullify status effect. Maybe Blackbeard takes that away. Oh yeah, so he could use his darkness power and literally take your traits away. Imagine that. That would be absolutely broken. He could just take your traits away. You have status effect ignore? Nope, not anymore. I mean, that would be absolutely insanely broken. And I think that's something they could likely do to make him broken. You know, of course, nullifying 1 HP trait, that's, you know, always been there. You could take attack out of their traits. Like, it's just random whatever gets taken out of their traits. It could be random. Something random. Just like, oh, you usually get more defense? Not anymore. You get skill 2 cooldown? Nope, not anymore. Something like that. Just like negates their traits. I mean, I want to say, is it possible for him to negate every single trait? Maybe. That would be absolutely broken, but you know, we've seen broken stuff like that in the past. Just imagine he removes your traits. Every single trait you have. No more extra attack when using skills. No more extra cooldown when using skills. No more status effect ignore. No more capturing the treasure when your enemy's on it. Like, everything's just gone. Traits are literally what makes a character good. You take that away, any character is getting clapped. Which, how are they gonna counter that? There's no way they could counter that now that I realize. If they release a counter to Blackbeard, what's gonna counter that? Nothing can counter that. I don't think. I mean, I'm trying to think. I was gonna say Shiryu, but no, if he gets his traits taken away, he's not gonna be one-shotting no one anymore. I mean, I guess they can make a counter that's just a character that's just so good. Like, his base attack, his base HP, his base defense is so high compared to anything else. He doesn't even need his traits to be good. And then give him insane cooldown. You don't even need to give him, like, when using skill 2, cooldown skill 1, 25% or something like that. Maybe his skills are just 10 seconds. That would be OP also. But, you know, it could be a counter to Blackbeard if they make him that OP. I mean, getting rid of all the traits, definitely not very possible, I don't think. But getting rid of one or a few traits, I think is very possible. I mean, we already have people who can delete the 1 HP trait, so what's stopping him from deleting the status effect ignore trait, or the can grab flag when enemy is on it trait? You know, what's stopping him from negating those OP abilities? I mean, why runners are so dominant in the game is because that trait. Because normally, you would not get, like, a normal defender would not let you knock them off the flag so easily. But that you can grab it while they're on it is so broken. But take that away, that runner probably won't be good anymore. I mean, if Blackbeard's a defender and he's chilling on the flag, he takes away that trait from you, I guarantee you're not grabbing that flag. You're not knocking Blackbeard off for enough time to grab it. I don't know what he will be. Will he be defender? Will he be attacker? Will he be runner? Well, I don't think he's going to be runner, but will he be all? Not sure. I still feel like all kind of trait is something Gear 5th exclusive. I feel like, just like Zoro, you know, and Shanks have their exclusive, you know, red-haired state, King of Hell state, stuff like that. Something exclusive like that. I don't know. I feel like that might be exclusive to only Gear 5th characters. Meaning, of course, V2 Gear 5th will have that trait also, to have every single, you know, typing. Attacker, defense, and runner. But, you know, it's not impossible for them to give it. It's just weird Gear 5th came out 4.5 anniversary, and we haven't seen a trait like that at all. And, of course, we didn't get another Gear 5th. But, yeah, I guarantee that's something every single Gear 5th will probably have. But, yeah, Blackbeard, he's going to be broken. I would probably prefer Blackbeard to be switching defender into attacker. If anything, like, he's got to be a switching character, or not a switching character. Actually, no, a switching character would work for him. Maybe you are in your Quake, or, yeah, your Quake fruit, and you can hold the skill to go into your Dark fruit. And then you can have 4 skills each, of course. And, yeah, 2 Quake fruit skills, 2 Dark fruit skills. Actually, I don't know. I hope they kind of do it. I don't know. Defender, I mean, Darkness and the Quake power are both good for defenders, I would say. I mean, you can stun the enemy. You might be able to lift up the ground like Whitebeard EX. But the Darkness is also a very powerful, you know, ability for a defender to have. Like V1 Blackbeard, I mean, he can just suck anyone from anywhere on the map pretty much. So yeah, I hope they somehow give him maybe he'll just have, you know, the basics 2 skill 2s like Shanks and Garp have. Something like that. Maybe he'll have, what could, if he did have a really powerful attack, just like, I mean, I guess his Shanks isn't that powerful. I mean, it's just him going across the map. But yeah, like Galaxy Impact, pretty powerful. I love the gauges they added, because instead of making Galaxy Impact nuke exclusive, you can actually, you know, use it in a cool way now. Pretty nice. And you can keep reusing. You don't have to die just to get Galaxy Impact again. I wonder if that would be a good buff for Z. Give him that ability. And he can just use his nuke infinitely. Every time he knocks someone down, give him 2. Every time he uses skill 1 or something, give him 1. Something like that. And he could, that would be a great buff for Z, now that I think about it. I don't know why, how did I even get to talking to Z when I was talking about Blackbeard? I have no clue. But yeah, Blackbeard, he's gonna be broken. Like I said, he'll probably come as the main EX. Of course, nothing's confirmed. But he is, I mean, he is main EX worthy, 100%. And definitely the most anticipated character since this game's release, probably. I mean, ever since 3rd anniversary, we've always thought Blackbeard was gonna come. You know, Yamato, Cairo, maybe another Emperor, Blackbeard. Then we got, you know, the next anniversary, it was movies. I guess you couldn't really add him there, since of course he's not a movie character. But then the anniversary after that, Big Mom Kaido, and then instead of Zoro, I do love Zoro, but instead of Zoro, Blackbeard, make it an Emperor theme. That would have been way more sick. The 3 current Emperors, or 3 of the current Emperors. And then of course we got Shanks the previous anniversary, so we would have gotten all 4 Emperors back to back, pretty much, all current. At the time, current, 4 Emperors. That would have been sick. I mean, they could have added him in Dark Roger's spot. They could have taken Lucci or S-Snake out, added them there. Like, there was so many places to fit Blackbeard, but yet they have not. Which, you know, to be fair, maybe they were waiting for the Law versus Blackbeard fight, or at least waiting for him to do something in the manga. But it's been a year/year and a half since Law vs. Blackbeard happened in the anime. I know, it's crazy it's been that long already, but, and yet, Still no Blackbeard, even though they had multiple places to fit him. I mean, I think he would have been perfect for the Pirate Island. You know, Garp, Kuzan, Blackbeard, Pirate Island theme would have been perfect. So, not sure, but if Blackbeard is the main EX, the theme will probably just be Egghead, just like the other last 2 anniversaries, 3 anniversaries, whatever it is. Egghead theme. I assume Kizu, I'm gonna guess already, he's gonna be the first EX. Second EX, you know, Saturn, Gear 5th V2. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, honestly, for a little bit, I did think Shiryu could get EX. I mean, of course he can, because, I mean, if S-Snake can, anyone can. I mean, S-Snake's strong, but I'm pretty sure Shiryu can destroy her in a fight. So could Shiryu destroy probably, who's the other character? Zoro. I mean, yeah, only Zoro he could definitely destroy. And yeah, I don't know. Shiryu could have gotten EX. I mean, I'm not complaining he's Bounty Fest. It makes it easier to get him. And he does seem pretty broken, but, you know. It was an option for him to be EX. But, you know, Bounty Fest is fine for me. So I'm not sure what they're going to do, what the theme is, because it's gonna kind of be all over the place. It's going to be Blackbeard. It's gonna be Egghead characters. Of course, like I said, it's probably Egghead arc theme, but I don't know. They've been doing it weird. I mean, the first anniversary with Egghead characters, S-Snake. Oh yeah, I guess it had Shanks. Okay, it did have Shanks, so that wasn't just Egghead Island characters. That was yeah, okay. So yeah, it's possible. Kizu, I really hope Saturn doesn't come, because I really want Saturn to be the main EX of an anniversary. Make sure he's extremely broken. But yeah, Blackbeard, he comes out. I think they could. So for the Blackbeard Pirates, I think they could do something where they release them in order. Of course, we already got Kuzan. Of course, he is the 10th Titanic captain. Technically, strength alone, he would be the first. But, you know, he came way later. So he's the 10th Titanic captain. Of course, Burgess being the first ship commander. Shiryu being the second, we get in both of those as Bounty Fest. So if they start releasing them in order, I think that'd be fair. So Van Augur and the king guy, I don't even remember his name, some king of all, something like that, guy, the corrupt king, could be the next Bounty Fest, or the next Blackbeard Pirates Bounty Fest. Then Katharina Devon and San Juan Wolf. Of course, San Juan Wolf is gigantic, but they're just going to downsize him to a normal giant, of course, character if they add him. Then Vasco Shot, Doc Q, or actually I miss Lafitte, but I don't think Lafitte's done anything, like, at all in the show. I mean, he's done stuff, but I mean, like, fighting-wise. I mean, we know he carries around a cane. We know he has angel-type wings for some reason. That's all we know about him. He is definitely the least, like, we have no clue who he is. Or what he is, pretty much. But he probably has an OP Devil Fruit. Wouldn't be surprised if it was some kind of ancient mythical Zoan. I mean, yeah, definitely mythical Zoan. Do all Blackbeard Pirates have Paramecias? Burgess Paramecia, Shiryu Paramecia, Van Augur Paramecia, Elvo, whatever his name is, Paramecia. Yeah, he has the island fruit. Katharina Devant, no, she has Zoan, okay. So everyone has Paramecia except the Dot Q's horse thing, and Katharina Devon, and I guess Kuzan, he's a Logia. So I guess, yeah, it's not out the possibility he could be, I mean, he is definitely someone, or he's some weird race. He could be a race, some kind of race, kind of like Lunarians. Yeah, they could do that, I guess, but yeah, Blackbeard Pirates, they have all kinds of dove fruits, mostly Paramecia, but they got 1/2 Zoans, and then, of course, Blackbeard has a Paramecia plus a Logia, and then Kuzan Logia also. So if they start releasing the Blackbeard Pirates in order, I wouldn't be mad. Van Augur, I'm waiting for the most. I guarantee Van Augur, whether it's in order or not, I bet Van Augur is going to be the next Blackbeard pirate to release after either Blackbeard or Burgess and Shiryu. I'm not sure what the next month's Bounty Fest is going to be. Are they going to keep it up, Blackbeard themed? Make another Blackbeard banner? I wouldn't mind it, but back to Blackbeard pirates, I think it's a little less likely. Like I said, though, not impossible. And then, so we'll get the next Bounty Fest banner around probably the 21st through the 25th of April. Then that Bounty Fest banner will go until the next EX is released. And then after that EX, we should get another Bounty Fest banner. Then at the end of June, we'll get the next EX. And then at the end of July, we'll get the main EX. I think that's how it goes. Pretty close, if not, spot on. So, we'll see. Blackbeard, he's going to be broken no matter what they give him. But, yeah, I'm hyped for... I mean, I don't even care for Blackbeard that much. He's not even in my top 10 favorite characters, but even I'm hyped for him. Plus his, Blackbeard pirates with all the unique, cool devil fruits. I mean, Catherine and Devon, are they going to let you turn into the enemy and appear on the map like an ally to the enemy team? Are they going to do that with her? Like, literally, they have a Sabo, you can change into their Sabo. And then, of course, you can't use his skills, because I don't think he can, she can mimic stuff like that. But you could just backcap them. San Juan Wolf, he would be a defender, probably, / attacker. Shiryu, of course, attacker. Burgess, defender. Van Augur, 100% going to be a runner, I would say, probably. The Island Fruit guy, defender, probably. Luffy, I have no clue, but probably runner if they release him. Vasco Shot could be a really good defender. .Q, I think, could be a... Wait, Vasco Shot has a drunk fruit. Oh yeah, he has a sick fruit. .Q. .Q could have... I mean, I think both Vasco Shot and .Q Devil Fruits would really work really good as a defender. Because it would probably apply debuffs to the enemy, both of them. I mean, Vasco Shots will probably distort your enemy where, who does it? Usopp, I think. Usopp does it, where you can't really walk straight because your controls are messed up. I think he'll have a move like that. And then .Q, he could use his sick power to debuff you also. Maybe he makes like a sick fruit cloud on the treasure and it debuffs you. So yeah, Blackbeard Pirates, all of them will be coming eventually, except maybe Luffy. Like I said, he hasn't really done much, so not sure how they're going to do him, but I am hyped, to say the least.